There's pandemonium in the north as who is to be Tinubu's running mate, and the north insisting that it must be a Muslim, it must be a northerner. Not only a northerner, the person must be a Muslim. He must be a Muslim. That is what they are insisting. And I begin to ask, if you are calling for one Nigeria and you are talking about a religious tolerance, because that is what they always preach. Now you have somebody who is already a Muslim. Then what does that mean to you for who becomes a is running mate? Automatically supposed to be a Christian. And if the person is from your zone, I think the best thing, if where there is love, if they don't have any agenda, where there is love among you people, why can't you support the person? They will tell you they support themselves, which have really stood against that, or I don't even believe in that. Now they are telling us that Tinubu is a Christian. That is the rave of the moment in the north, that Tinubu is a Christian. And people begin to ask, how? How is Tinubu a Christian? He said his wife is a pastor. So a real Muslim person cannot allow his wife to be a Christian. Not to talk of a pastor, not even a just church goer. You see that even Fashola himself, his wife is a Christian, and they don't even have problem with that. And that is why you see that there is difference between Muslim in the north and Muslim in the south, especially southwest. They don't even care. So, and I've thought about that it's like these people don't really believe in Yoruba being Muslims. They don't believe in Yoruba Muslims because they believe that they can do anything, that they can do and undo. They are not so fanatical like the way they practice their own religion in the north. And that is why they are insisting that Tinubu is a Christian. And I say, Christian how? And they began to bring pictures that did you see when his wife was ordained in Redeem? He was there. And I begin to ask, so what has that got to do with this whole thing? You see how these politicians have destroyed this country. They so much destroyed this country with all manner of things that are not supposed to matter. But because of the poverty that they've created themselves, because of a lack of awareness of things they've created themselves among the people, people no longer think deeply. People no longer look things from another angle. They always look things from the narrow aspect of where the politicians have already directed them. Is it not laughable to tell us that Tinubu is a Christian? Wonders they say shall never end. They don't believe. They don't believe that he is a Christian. That is why he's a Muslim. That's why they are insisting. And I begin to say, why? These people think that they can have it all. You cannot eat your cake and have it. Now, the northern APC governors, they gathered and said it is Tinubu that they want. You think they did that out of love? You think they did that out of equity, fairness, and justice? Because there's another ulterior motive, and that's why they are standing on this. And that is why people are insinuating that El-Rufai is one of the people that they might choose as his running mates. And El-Rufai too is standing on Muslim ticket. That does not mean anything. It has happened before. It has happened before. It's happening also in his own state. So it doesn't mean anything. And people are saying because you want to get the position of this vice president, that is why you say it does not matter. Of course, he got away with it in his own state. And people have come out to say, Kaduna is not Nigeria. And we have seen the effect of this Muslim stuff. Even Buhari himself, you see the way they are taking people for granted. We will continue to have this kind of a thing when we have people of different beliefs, people of different race, people of different culture. Definitely, all of these factors, all of these things must be factored in. If you want peace, they talk about quota system. That time it will not matter. When they talk about a federal character, and we saw how Buhari was so adamant in giving appointment to his own kindred, with the level of complaint, with the level of cry that people made, it didn't bother him. The next thing he will tell you that he only works with the people he's used to, the people he's familiar with. At the end of the day, the people he's familiar with see the end result of his government. We can see all the vices that they have doubled in 100 folds. And they are coming out to tell us that democracy has improved since 1999. If democracy increased or improved before 2015, let's assume it's improved, or people have gotten the dividends of this democracy. That means from 2015 to date, they've scattered everything, because this is not how democracy works. People who do not obey the law, people who do not care about the people who do not know whether people are hungry or not, they are just going on their own, and they will come out and be boasting that they have done well. So this issue of religion is something that it has eaten into the fabric of all Nigerians. Majority of Nigerians, not might not be all. And those who are even trying to be politically correct, they are beginning to see that this my politically correctness is not even working, because the more you try to stand on the side of the truth, the more you try to do the right thing, the more these people tell you that you don't know what you are doing. So everybody, okay, let us play the dirty game like that. Let us play the game like that. If that is what you guys want. Some people just wake up and tell us, oh, the reason why they want a Muslim ticket is because Tinubu is a Christian. Tinubu is a Christian. You can't tell us his wife is a pastor in one of the reputable churches in Nigeria. So how do you justify that? Like, seriously? This their divide and rule tactics is really, really working for them, and a lot of gullible people are falling for it. The ones who are not falling for it are not as many as those who are falling for all these their antics. It's just a pathetic thing. They will just look for something to just scatter the whole system. That's even the system that we have, even the constitution that we have. They've turned everything upside down. They've turned everything upside down. It has to be me, 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 me. And what are they bringing to the table? Nothing, no. What they are bringing to the table is the suffering that Nigerians are going through on a daily basis. Those are the things they've brought to the table, and they want to continue with that. With the level of killing alone, when people are even talking about hunger, at least it's that one is an understatement. It's just it's a minute out of the problem. If one's life is lost, that is the end. If you are alive, you can be able to talk about you talk about hunger. Those who are alive will talk about on how to eat. But if you're not alive, who is going to be talking about food? Which is more important? The life of people, which is more important? They don't care about that. They don't see reason with all that. In as much they are okay. I was telling somebody yesterday that this majority of these Nigerian politicians, 99.9% of these Nigerian politicians, they will never change. The only thing that can make them stop this their evil deed is only when they cease to breathe. That is it. This is what I have said. No matter the condition, no matter the situation, they will never change. They will never change. They will always look for another loophole to come out and perpetrate their evil. It's unfortunate that Tinubu is a Christian. So guys, leave your comment down there below and let's have your take. Thank you.